Okay, everybody, here we go. Our next lesson is called multi-step equations with distribution, right? But this is multi-step equations with distribution part 2. Dos, right? Deux, I think is how you say it in French. Anyway, all right, so just like multi-step equations with distribution, we have pretty much the same notes, right? So we remember that first lightning bolt, get all variables to one side, right? Lightning bolt number 2, get all numbers to the other side, right? So we have variables on one side, letters on the other, and the ultimate goal is to get variable by itself, right? We want to get the letter by itself. I forgot to remind you all to please make sure that you have paper and pencil out, ready to take notes. Okay? So let's do the first example here. So now this is double distribution, right? But I'm going to show you guys. So first thing we always do is we write our line of separation, right? So we draw our, I'm going to draw a little straighter there. So line of separation here. And I'm going to draw it a little more down here because as you can see, I have a lot of activity going on here. Look, there's a lot of stuff going on here. But don't be afraid. We're going to do it one at a time, right? Slowly, slowly, slowly. So, second thing that I notice is I notice parentheses. But something special is about this one, though. I notice parentheses there and parentheses there. But I also notice parentheses here and here. Look at that. Double parentheses, right? 2 sets of parentheses. And we remember that parentheses means multiply, right? So we look to the left of the parentheses, right? So this -8 belongs to this parentheses, right? And this -11 belongs to this parentheses, right? So we are going to distribute this 8 first, right? This -8 multiplies with -11 on top, and -8 multiplies with -6 on the bottom. So we take it one at a time, right? Step at a time. Negative times negative is positive. 8 times 11x is 88, positive 88x, right? Negative, now that was the top. Now we're going to do the bottom. Negative times negative is positive, plus 8 times 6 is 48. Just like that. Look at that. We took care of the first parentheses. Now, let's take care of the second parentheses. So, right outside the parentheses is -11. So this -11 is going to go with the x on top, and -11 is going to multiply with -3 on the bottom, right? So again, let's take it one step at a time. Negative times positive is negative. 11 times x is 11x. So right now we just did the top. Now we have to do the bottom, right? So negative times negative is positive, and 11 times 3 is 33, right? So if you notice, there's a bunch of stuff happening over here. Over on the left side, this 81 is lonely by itself there, but we'll just leave this guy there for now. So here on the right side, we notice that we have like terms. So this 88x can go with negative 11x. Those are like terms. So let me draw an arrow from 88x to negative 11x. But look what else I notice. This 48 is just a regular 48, and this 33 is also just a regular 33. So these are like terms as well. So I'm going to do a v from 48 to 33. So first I'm going to do this v first. 88x minus 11x is 77x. And now I do the second like term. 48 plus 33 is 81. Right, positive 81, positive 81. I have that. So I've combined all my like terms. I cannot add this with this because they are not like terms. And we know they're not like terms because 77 has an x and 81 does not. So that does not make them like terms, right? So since my x is over here, I want to bring this x down here, just like that. So I'm going to write this x here. So if my x's are on this side, then my numbers are going to be on this side. So my x's are here, my numbers are here. So that means I got to cross out this. Wait, how the heck did I get? Oh, here we go. That means I got to cross out this positive 81. And the inverse of positive 81, because this positive 81 is going to come over here, is negative 81, right? The inverse of plus 81 is minus 81. So on this side, 81 minus 81 is 0. Right? So I have 0 on this side, and I have 77x on this side. So let's remember that 77x means 77 times x. So the inverse of multiplying, if I cross out 77, is dividing by 77. And 0 divided by 77 is 0. And there you go. That is our solution. Right? So that means that if I were to plug 0 into here, and I were to plug this 0 into here as well, when I do all the math, all the multiplying and all the distributing, it would be equals to 81. That's what we found out. Right? So that's the first example. So let's do the second example here, right? So again, first thing I do is, let's pick purple for the Lakers after that big win yesterday. So let's draw our line of separation, just like that, equal sign. Okay, I notice that I have parentheses, but I have double parentheses. I have parentheses there, and I have parentheses here. But I also have another set of parentheses right here, right? So we know what's going to distribute with the parentheses is what is to the left of the parentheses. So this 10 is going to distribute on top and on the bottom. And this negative 4 is going to distribute on top there and on the bottom here, right? It's to the left. The numbers to the left of the parentheses are what distribute. So let's see. 10 multiplies with 11n on top. 10 multiplies with negative 11 on the bottom. Negative 4 multiplies with n on top. Negative 4 multiplies with 7 on the bottom, just like that, right? This 32 here is by itself, and he's going to be a loner for a while until we figure everything out on the other side, right? So let's distribute top first. 10 times 11n is 110n. 10 times negative 11, or positive times negative, is negative. And 10 times 11 is 110. Right? So now, here on the next one here, we go on top. Negative times positive is negative. 4 times n is 4n. And now the bottom, the bottom, we're going to do negative times positive is negative. 4 times 7 is 28. So, I notice I have like terms, right? So this 11n can go with this minus 4n, right? And they're like terms because they both have n's. And this negative 110 can go with negative 28. And those are both like terms because they don't have variables, right? They just have regular numbers. So let's do that. So 110n goes with negative 4n. Negative 110 goes with 28. Negative 28. So 110n minus 4n is 106n. Right? So we did 110n minus 4n is 106n. And negative 110 and negative 28, well, they're the same signs. And when we're combining and two numbers are the same sign, we add, right? If we're combining and two numbers are the same sign, we add. So 110 plus 28 is 138. And we know it's a negative 138 because 110 is bigger than 28 and 110 is a negative. Right? So, no more combining here, right? This is 106n and this is negative 138. They're not like terms because 106 has an n and 138 does not have an n. So, I have this n is going to come down here just like that. So n. So my numbers, my letters are going to be here. My n's are going to be here on the left side. And my numbers are going to be on the right side. Because I want them not on the same side, right? So I'm going to move negative 138 over to this side. And it's going to become positive 138. Just like that. And now, these two here, a negative 32 and a positive 138, are not the same signs. And when numbers are not the same sign that are being combined, we subtract. So 138 minus 32 is 106. And positive 106 because 138 is positive. Right? So, we're going to divide now, right? 106n, what did I do? Oh, here we go. 106n means 106 times n, right? So we're going to cross out 106, And we're going to divide 106 here. 106 divided by 106 is 1. And there you go. Those are my two examples, right, of double distribution, right? So let's do a couple more examples that you're going to see in your work. So, number 1 here, I'm going to draw my line of separation, equal. I notice my parentheses. That means I'm going to distribute 12 times n on top, 12 times negative 11, 12 times negative 11 on the bottom, negative 12 times 11 up top, negative 12 times n on the bottom, right? So let's multiply. 12 times n is 12n. 12 times negative 11 is negative 132. Okay? Now let's do the second set of parentheses. Negative 12 times 11 is negative 132. And now the bottom, negative 12 times n, is negative 12n. Now this negative 11 here, nothing's happening to it, so let's just leave it. So our like terms are 12n goes with negative 12n, and negative 132 goes with negative 132, right? So let's do these. 12n minus 12n, right? And negative 132 goes with negative 132. So let's do this one first. 12n take away 12n is 0n, right? So we technically don't have to write anything. These cancel out. 12n minus 12n cancel each other out. Now, negative 132 and negative 132 are the same signs, so I had to add them. 132 and 132 is 264. And it's a negative because, well, they're both negative, right? So, I have nothing left here. There's nothing else to do, look. So, negative 264, I'm going to bring it down here for the equal sign. Well, here on this side, there's nothing to do here as well. So I'm going to bring it down and bring it to negative 11. So my answer is negative 264 is equal to negative 11. But wait a minute. When in the world is 264 equals to 11, even if they're negatives? When are they equal? If you owe somebody minus $264, that is way different than owing somebody $11. These are not equal. These are not the same. So this is a no solution right here. There is no number that you can plug in to n here and n here that will make this side here equals to negative 11. Right? Nothing. So there's no solution. No number exists. Okay? So let's try number 2 now. So let's see. Again, first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our line of separation under the equal sign, just like that. And we're going to notice parentheses here and parentheses here, and also parentheses here and parentheses there. So we're going to multiply 7 times negative 9, 7 times negative 10n, 7 times n, and 7 times negative 3. So let's do this one first. 7 times negative 9 is negative 63. A positive times a negative, right? Now the bottom, 7 times negative 10 is a negative. 7 times 10 is 70n, right? A positive times a negative. So let's do the second parentheses now. 7 times n is a positive 70n, so plus 70n here, just like that. And the bottom now, 7 times negative 3 is negative 21, just like that. Okay? So let's combine our like terms, right? So this 70 has an n, and this 70 has an n. So these are like terms, right? So let's do that. But this negative 63 and this negative 21 are also like terms because they don't have variables. They both don't have variables. It's just regular numbers. So those are also like terms. So I'm going to do this over here like that. So I'm going to say these two first. So negative 70n plus 70n are not the same signs. One's negative, one's positive. So I have to subtract. So 70 minus 70 is 0. Gone. So this and that cancel out. Right? So now I'm going to do this one here. Negative 63 and negative 21 are the same signs. So we're going to add 63 plus 21 is 84. And what kind of 84? Well, since they're both negative, then I get a negative. But also because 63 is bigger than 21 and 63 is a negative, so that means that the answer is negative as well. So on this side here, I got 84. It's going to come down over here just like that, negative 84. And on the left side, negative 84 just comes straight down just like that, negative 84. So negative 84 is equal to negative 84. That is true, right? If you owe, since it's negative, right? If you owe one person $84 and you owe another person $84, you owe them the same. They are equal. So that means that any number in the world that you plug in here and here, the same number. So if you plug in 1 million here and 1 million here, you will get negative 84. If you plug in 0 here and 0 here, you will get negative 84. If you plug in negative 1,000 and negative 1,000, you will get negative 84. So that means that the solution is all real numbers. And there you go. Those are a couple of examples. And these are a couple of examples from multi-step equations with distribution part 2.